Hare Krishna. Before we begin lesson 12, let us have a quick recap of lesson 11.
This most confidential knowledge was imparted to Uddhava and Brahma in the Bhagavatam and to Arjuna in Gita by the Lord. Most confidential knowledge consists of the predominance of bhakti with a little mixture of jnana. By the knowledge of Bhagavatam, Narada understood the effect of Lord's Chitta Shakti, spiritual potency, the effect of Lord's Kripa Shakti, merciful nature of the Lord, the effect of Lord's Achitta Shakti, Prakriti consisting of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Then one can return to him and personally meet him. Action, which is dedicated to Sri Krishna, removes three types of miseries called Adhyatmika, Adidaivika and Adibhautika. Karma Mishra Bhakti is superior to Bhakti Mishra Jnana. Karma Mishra Bhakti consists of a predominance of bhakti with some mixture of karma, and Bhakti Mishra Jnana consists of a predominance of jnana with a little mixture of bhakti. The bhakti mentioned here is superior to the bhakti practiced by Karma Yogi who offers only Vedic duties to the Lord. But a devotee working in the consciousness of Bhagavad Gita 9.27 offers everything to Krishna. That is by integrating bhakti into our daily life.
Let us now see how Narada achieves perfection. In the previous chapter, Narada ascertained that glorification of the name, form, qualities and the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only remedy for Vyasadev's despondency. To substantiate his statement, Narada narrated his previous birth as the son of a maidservant. He explained how in the association of the sages he attained the most confidential knowledge and prema bhakti. He expressed that having attained that platform, he became completely satisfied. Upon hearing about Narada's birth and activities, Vyasadeva became inquisitive to know about the attainment of perfection of Narada. Therefore, he asked following questions. You were initiated during your childhood. What did you do after initiation in that primary stage of life? In what way did you spend your later life? In what manner did you give up that body as the son of the maidservant at the time of death? Time annihilates everything in due course. How is it that time did not erase your memories from some previous day of Brahma? We shall see Narada Muni explaining about his achieving present body. In this chapter, Naradji described how he was able to have a brief audience with the Lord. Let us read the shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.6.17. Premati bhara nirbinna pulakangoti nivritaha ananda samplavo lino napashyam ubhayam mune. Translation. O Vyasadeva, at that time, being exceedingly overpowered by the feeling of happiness, every part of my body became separately enlivened. Being absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy, I could not see both myself and the Lord. Narada Muni realized that the Lord is formless or impersonal, means that he has nothing like a material form and is not like any material personality. As spiritual beings, having eternal relations with that transcendental form of the Lord, we are life after life searching after that form of the Lord, and we are not satisfied by any other form of material appeasement. Narada Muni got a glimpse of the transcendental form of the Lord, but having not seen it again, he became perturbed and stood up all of a sudden to search it out. What we desire, life after life, was obtained by Narada Muni, and losing sight of him again was certainly a great shock for him. Narada Muni thought that the Lord could be seen again by the same mechanical process which was successful in the first attempt, but in spite of his utmost endeavor, he could not make the second attempt successful. The Lord is completely independent of all obligations. He can simply be bound up by the tie of unalloyed devotion, nor is he visible or perceivable by our material senses. When he pleases, being satisfied with the sincere attempt of devotional service, depending completely on the mercy of the Lord, then he may be seen out of his own accord. Seeing his attempts, the Supreme Lord spoke to Narada Muni to mitigate his grief. "O Narada," the Lord spoke, "I regret that during this lifetime you will not be able to see me anymore. Those who are incomplete in service and who are not completely free from all material taints can hardly see me." Lord's special gift for Narada. The Lord was much pleased with Narada Muni, and therefore the necessary strength was invested in him so that he could hear the Lord. It is not, however, possible for others to directly perceive the touch of the Lord during the probationary stage of regulative devotional service. It was a special gift for Narada. He could hear the Lord's words. Process of attaining perfect devotion. One must be completely freed from all material attachment and be situated on the plane of transcendence, which alone will help the devotee get in personal touch with the personality of Godhead. The best method is that one should live at a place where the transcendental form of the Lord is worshipped. The temple of the Lord is a transcendental place, whereas the forest is a materially good habitation. Let us now see about the pure devotees. Narada Muni travels from one planet to another to convert men, gods, kinnaras, gandharvas, rishis, munis, and all others to become devotees of the Lord. By his activities, he has engaged many devotees like Prahlad Maharaja, Dhruva Maharaja, and many others in the transcendental service of the Lord. This is the example of a pure devotee. A pure devotee of the Lord therefore follows in the footsteps of the great devotees like Narada and Prahlada and engages his whole time in glorifying the Lord by the process of Kirtana. Let us quickly have a recap of what we learned today. Vyasadeva, curious about Narada Muni's perfection, learned that Narada realized the Lord's formless, transcendental nature. Despite his efforts, Narada couldn't see the Lord again, as the Lord is beyond material perception and independent. So, he can only be perceived through pure devotion. The Lord revealed that only those completely free from material attachment can approach him. Pleased with Narada, the Lord empowered him to hear his divine sound. Narada, a pure devotee, travels across realms, guiding beings to devotion. He inspires many like Prahlada and Dhruva and exemplifies a devotee who dedicates their life to glorify the Lord through Kirtana.